Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I'm Angie, and today I'm going to be going it alone. Aaron will be back next time. We've got a lot of hot happenings going on this weekend, but before we do that, I have some very sad news. Peter Mayhew has passed away. He passed away on April 30th, but we're just getting news of it today. I'm sure the family needed time before they released a statement. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but many of my friends who did spoke very highly of him, said he was a super friendly and kind person, and he will be truly missed in the Star Wars community. A lot of my friends are posting pictures on Facebook of them with Peter Mayhew at Star Wars Celebration and at different conventions, because he went to a lot of different conventions, excuse me, and he signed tons of autographs. He truly loved Star Wars, and he truly loved all the fans who adored him as well. Godspeed to you, Peter Mayhew, and our prayers are with your family. Now to our Star Wars hot happenings. Hasbro's Kenner early bird certificates. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but those were certificates that were given out to kids because they weren't able to get the toys to them. Hasbro did not understand or even know how big this was going to be and how many kids wanted the toys. And so there just wasn't enough, and they didn't have enough ready for the release. After the release of this movie, everybody wanted it. It was so hot, and I'm sad that Mattel passed on this, but Hasbro, man, this was their score, man. This was their ticket. And so what they did was they released these early bird certificates. Well, now they're re-releasing these like a retro style certificate. And those ones are going to be released in conjunction with the retro style action figures that were the 3.75 ones. I believe that the other movies have these small action figures as well, but the original ones were with the Star Wars movie pre A New Hope, and they were the 3.75 action figures. I saw on the Toys That Made Us how the guy came up with the idea for the size of the toys. And so I thought, you know what, that was really cool. Back in the day, man, you were like, you know what, this is an idea, we're going to go with it. And it worked. It really did work. And the toys are just as popular now as they were back then. But I think it's really, really cool that they're going to be releasing these certificates for the May the 4th Be With You Day. So a lot of people recognizing, and Disney recognizing, that May the 4th is a very, very important day for a lot of us Star Wars nerds. May the 1st is long remembered as Happy May the 1st, everyone. Since August of 1997, from one man's idea in Southern Carolina, the organization has grown over 13,000 strong in 62 countries around the world. The 501st, I think, is probably the original group, the original costuming club of Star Wars, and it was the jumping point for everybody else. They do so many wonderful things. And I know so many of my friends who are part of this wonderful organization, and I'm looking forward to my husband being part of it as well. He's going to do Grand Moff Tarkin. We're just waiting for the costume. That's the only thing left that we're waiting for. Cannot wait for this. This is going to be the proudest moment, and I cannot wait till I'm part of the 501st as well. I want to do an officer, because that way he'll be Grand Moff Tarkin and I will be one of the deck officers. So I'm very excited about that. Happy 501st Day, and I think it's just awesome. I just love it. May the 2nd has been proclaimed by Southern California State Assembly as Southern California Garrison Day. So now the 501st has 2 days, not one, but 2. Come on, rebels, we need our own day as well. And so does the Saber Guild. You know, the Sith and the Jedi need their day as well. So we need to put our word in and take it to the assembly. But I'm so happy for them. So May the 2nd is now proclaimed Southern California Garrison Day. And thank you, the Southern California Assembly. Saturday is May it is May the 4th be with you, but it also is Free Comic Book Day. A lot of comic book stores are going to be giving out comics of all sorts, any kind. I think it's wonderful to get your kids involved in reading, and comic books are a wonderful way to do that. You can do that with Captain America, Spider-Man. You can do that with Batman, and so many other comics. It doesn't have to be Hellboy or anything really, really off the cuff. You can start off with something calm. And so I think it's really cool to get kids involved in this, and it's a wonderful world for them to read. I really do push reading for young children. It's so important. I have a friend that was coming to my restaurant since she was 2 years old. That's Miss Ariel. And she's now going to be in the 11th grade. She's an honor student, a cheerleader, and I couldn't be more prouder of her. And I'm so glad she took me up on the reading. So reading is truly important, and comic books are one way to get your kids excited about that. So get out there on Saturday, get your free comic book. Galaxy's Edge reservations went live today, and sadly I did not get a Galaxy's Edge reservation. I don't have a Disney pass, and I didn't buy a ticket. Hopefully the next round, when they do it again, I'll be able to get a reservation and get in there. I'm really glad that Disney has decided to do reservations. It's a super smart thing to do, or else you would just have riots in there. There's just so many people that want to go. And I've been to Disneyland, and it's super, on certain days, it's really, really crowded. It really wouldn't be fun if there was so many people in there. So I'm really happy that Disney decided to do that. Very smart idea on their part. And if you didn't get a reservation, hopefully you'll get one next time around. Like me, I will buy a ticket also so that I can go and see this. I have a lot of friends that are going to be there in the first wave. And so I hope they take lots of pictures, want to be able to see everything. I'm looking forward to it. All right. During the Star Wars celebration, 501st Rebel Legion, Mando Mercs, Dark Empire, Saber Guild, Droid Builders, and Galactic Academy joined forces and raised over $30,000 for Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish does some really wonderful things for kids. I saw what they did. I was not part of Saber Guild at this point. They did a little thing for a young man who wanted to be a Jedi. It was his dying wish. And I mean, it's heartbreaking when you think of it that way. But they're getting to do something that they dreamt about doing. And I think it's an awesome organization that they do this. I've seen them. Make-A-Wish has a drag racer. I've seen kids on the line with Make-A-Wish, because that's their wish, is to be out at the drag strip. I've seen them do things with motocross racers, skateboarders, because it's the kids' wish to be part of this. And I just think it's just wonderful. I met a young lady when I was at the movie premiere for The Last Jedi. Her wish was to be at the movie premiere, and it was so enjoyable to talk to her. And I didn't get her name. I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but this was her wish. And I say thank you so much, Make-A-Wish, for making all of these kids' wishes come true. And I'm so proud of all these groups for raising $30,000 plus for Make-A-Wish. Now, the Galactic Academy is one of the things that I pointed out as far as one of the groups that were at Star Wars Celebration. Galactic Academy is really important for young children. It is a group that is for kids under 18, because you have to be over 18 to be able to join all of the other groups, all of the other clubs. And so I think the Galactic Academy is so cool for young kids. I wish more kids were involved. It's really... Star Wars is a wonderful family to be part of, and as a kid who's a little bit of a nerd, a little bit of an outsider, a little bit of a geek, this is perfect for them. And I truly encourage a lot of parents to get their kids involved in Star Wars, because it's a wonderful family of people that I've met, and there's so many friends that I have in Star Wars. With the Star Wars clubs, I'm so proud to be friends with all of these people. They're so wonderful to me and so sweet. I just, it was in high school. I wasn't popular, and I didn't care about all that stuff. And I don't care about being popular now. I just care about all of my wonderful friends, and I just love it. I really do love it. Also, May the 4th be with you. The first reference was used to congratulate Margaret Thatcher. I talked about this a while back on one of the shows, but I'm just redoing it because it's May the 4th on Saturday. And so Margaret Thatcher, they congratulated her on winning the seat of Prime Minister in the UK. It was the London Evening News who made that phrase famous in 1979. But a lot of people didn't know that little Easter egg, but in 1979. So it was just a few years after Star Wars was released. And Star Wars a lot of it was made in England and still is. They go to that studio in England. I'm not sure the name. Please forgive me. But they go there and do a lot of their movies. And I'm sure the sets and everything are set up there, so it makes it perfect. But England recognized the May the 4th be with you. So awesome to them. In 2008, the first Facebook group appeared celebrating Luke Skywalker Day with the same phrase, May the 4th be with you. So they were on the cusp of making this happen. And this was done through a college group. Through the college campuses, it spread like wildfire. So it wasn't popular in the mainstream. It was popular with the colleges. Colleges, sometimes the college kids seem to have their finger on the pulse of what's going to really stand out and what's going to really last throughout the ages, because that's where you saw Dungeons and Dragons come from. So I think that's really cool that you have these college kids. They're like, you know what? Let's start something cool, and it's just it just went from there. It just was born into something huge. In 2011, the first organized Star Wars celebration took place in Toronto, Canada, at an underground cinema. Underground is, they seem to have the cool stuff going on because that's where the punk scene came from. They're from the underground. That's where you saw a lot of the first parts of some of the glam rock and things. You saw that come from the underground. The same thing with skateboarding, the street skaters and stuff. Those were all the underground kids, and same thing with pool skaters. And a fun fact, but a lot of people didn't know, that they have something called punk rock bowling in Vegas. It is a 3-day event, just like a Star Wars celebration, but it celebrates punk rock music and bowling. And so a lot of punk bands go and play there. The Dead Kennedys, the Bad Brains, a lot of these bands get out there, even though they're older. They get out there and they enjoy themselves. Bad Religion, a lot of these bands get out there and have a lot of fun. And you also have newer bands like my neighbor down the street, who is in Since We Were Kids. He's also part of a skate cartel, and they do a lot of skateboarding in pools and stuff, which I love. But you see this coming from the underground. So kudos to Canada for starting this big thing. And what they did back then was that they had games and trivia, and they had dress up and lightsaber fighting. So it was cool. You didn't have the lightsabers we have today. I'm sure that people were making their own, but you still had a lot of cool ideas going on out there. In 2013, Walt Disney officially observed the holiday. When they bought the franchise, I think they realized that there is a huge Star Wars community that goes with it. When you bought the franchise, you got all the fans as well. And a lot of the fans are hardcore, know all their Star Wars facts, read all the books. They understand Star Wars ins and outs. So I'm so happy that Disney had decided to observe this holiday as well. And it is huge. So they did that in 2013. Now here's another fun fact. May 25th is the day New Hope was released in 1977. So in 2007, Los Angeles City Council declared May 25th Star Wars Day in honor of the 30th anniversary. We're now on the 40th anniversary. So for 10 years, the city of Los Angeles has been celebrating and observing May the 4th be with you. May 25th. May 25th as Star Wars Day. I can't get those two confused. It is also considered Geek Pride Day based on the book based on the book Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I've never seen the movie or read the book, which I need to see the movie. It's on Netflix, so I'm going to make it a point to watch that. But my son has seen it. He's loved it. And I know one of the guys that is in the movie was in The Hobbit. So I need to watch that because I do love Lord of the Rings too, which Tolkien is coming out soon. So yay, I can't wait to see that. My friend Kelsey has already seen it, that little bug. And so I can't wait to see it myself. But back to the more important things, and that would be May the 25th. And so that is considered Star Wars Day and also Geek Pride Day based on, now you know, based on the New Hope movie, their anniversary. The city of Los Angeles did this, and they celebrate it. And also it's Geek Pride Day. And this Saturday, I will be out because we've got a lot of events coming up on Saturday for May the 4th. I'm going to say this about a million times, but we have a lot of events coming up. The 501st, one of the guys told me they're stretched so thin. There's so many different people asking for people to come and be part of their celebration. And the same thing goes for the Rebel Legion. They are stretched so thin as far as all these different events. I looked on the calendar and I couldn't believe it. There were so many that people are asking us to come out and be part and celebrate with them and be part of their day of May the 4th, which it's global now. It's like the Super Bowl. It is global. It's huge. And I'm not going to say as big as soccer tournaments because I think those are bigger, but we're right up there. May the 4th is right up there. So I will be out at an event in Rancho Cucamonga on Saturday morning, and we will be giving out comic books because it's comic book day and it's May the 4th. We'll be taking pictures, giving out comic books, and being there for the fans that love Star Wars. I will also be at Line Breakers on Saturday evening from 3 to 6. They also have a big event going on. They have comic book giveaways earlier. We're going to have cosplaying going on, costume contest. We're going to have, from what I've read and from what I'm seeing, we're going to have about 4 of us from the 501st and me from Rebel Legion. I'll be the only Jedi. I'm going to be outnumbered. Revan will be there. Hopefully I won't get beat up by Revan. I'm just kidding. But we're going to be having a great time there. So please, if you're in the Victor Valley area, please come out and see us at Line Breakers. We'll be celebrating 501st Day, and it's truly going to be a lot of fun. I'm so proud to be part of this wonderful organization, to be part of Saber Guild, to be part of Rebel Legion, to be part of Sith Dynasty celebrating this wonderful, wonderful holiday. Like I said, Star Wars is a wonderful community that I've been so happy to be part of. And I thank Gabe for getting me involved. In 2014, I talked to him at the Rebel Legion booth. He gave me a pamphlet, answered all of my questions. I went home. I told Mark, I want to do this. And then I met a gentleman named Jim who showed me all about Saber Guild. And the next thing you know, I'm fighting with lightsabers. I've never acted before in my life. I've never done anything like that. If you get a chance to check us out, please check us out on the Saber Guild page. We do so many wonderful things, and fighting with the lightsaber has probably been one of the most exciting things I've ever done. So if you get a chance, please check that out. Please come out and celebrate. May the 4th be with you. And so this is going to do it for me at Radio Geonosis. Please check us out on Radio Geonosis 2.0 on Facebook. Please look us up on Instagram at Radio Geonosis, and please, please, please like and subscribe on our Radio Geonosis on the YouTube channel. We need to get another URL. We want to get a higher one. I need 100 subscribers. So please like and subscribe my show. I may not always get the facts right. I may not always know everything about, all the different facts about Star Wars, because at times I've stumbled. But you know what? That's why it's called Star Wars from a different point of view, because I do it my way. And you know what? If I don't know the exact facts, I check it out, I look it up. But I like to talk about Star Wars. I like to talk about it from my point of view. I like to talk about different things. Yeah, a lot of people do know a lot of facts. They do know all the different things, but I like to have fun with it. So thank you for always checking us out. I really appreciate everybody who does listen to the show and who has liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And for me here at Radio Geonosis, we'll see you next time. And may the 4th be with you.